Trigger warnings. I've got to say, folks, it's the term I'm not keen on. And I'm getting less keen by the day, by the week, by the month, because I'm hearing it more and more and more. There's been more trigger warnings now announced. I think it's by ITVX again. Listen to these. I mean, they're talking 3 programmes here. This is 3 programmes being highlighted. Victoria Wood, Kenneth Williams and old Doddy. When did you ever need to censor Doddy? Unbelievable. Let me give you a couple. I'll read you a couple out. This bloody crazy, this. The Victoria Wood series, they're actually censoring it. It said these mild references to of a sexual nature, and they want to make people aware of them. It concerns maybe, well, in the main. Do you remember the Ballad of Barry and Frida? I think it was titled "Let's Do It by Ourselves." You remember it? These were the words, and they give you a trigger warning to let you know you're in for something a bit dodgy, a bit ropey. Frida finishes her cocoa and switches off Gardner's question time before making her amorous advance, imploring Barry to bend me over backwards on the hostess trolley and beat my bottom with a woman's weekly. Nothing wrong with that, is there? I don't use a woman's weekly. No, I use the Fisherman's Friend. No, that's a sweet, isn't it? I'm sure it's a Fisherman's book I use. I can't remember. She adds, I'm on fire with desire. I could handle half the tenors in the male voice choir. Well, we've not got a choir around here, so we couldn't use that ourselves anyway. But the lyrics are now considered to be so risque that bosses of the streaming service ITVX, which is airing classic episodes of An Audience With series, have added that they may offend. She also cracked a joke. Well, here's a joke that she cracked. It's about a trip on British Rail, the inner city train. She says, the last time I went into city, there was a couple across the aisle having sex. But this being a British train, nobody said anything. When they finished, they both lit up a cigarette, and this woman said, excuse me, I think you'll find that this is a non-smoking compartment. That he did a trigger warning as well. Doddy, the one and only. Do I believe in safe sex? I have an handrail round my bed. I used to think I was marvellous in bed until I found out all my girlfriends had asthma. I don't think a trigger warning is needed for either of those. He continues, Harrow is named after a Japanese word of greeting and says Germans are always tiling bathrooms. They call it krauting. Maybe a bit near the knuckle, that one, but trigger warning? No, I'm not so sure. Has the world not gone mad? Can we just not laugh anymore? Can we not? I mean, if we're happy to watch it, do we need a trigger warning? Trigger warnings? I tell you what, somebody must watch every one of these tapes and then play it back and think, can I put a trigger warning for that and for that and for that? They must have a crappy job, whoever they are. A really crappy job. Trigger warning's just think of Jim Royle.